You're listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast.
It's WrestleMania season. That means you're going to get 3 shows released this coming weekend. 2 of them have been from ages ago, so it has nothing to do with WrestleMania, but this one will. So, there's the silver lining for you. It's kind of like a tariff. I don't know what that means. All I know is it's time for a Pittsburgh Piledriver podcast show, and we've got WrestleMania to talk about, things to do, speculation, all the good stuff. It's going to be tits of the town. Diddy Wanka Waka Wakas. Go and scene. What?
You know,
Poot the Bard.
I love Tit Town.
Poot the Bard loves Tit Town. That's going to be etched on his gravestone in my backyard, regardless of whether or not he's buried there. Beef the Legend is also here. He is the Cruiserweight champion. Beef, would you like to address your subjugates?
Yeah, piss off, Pat.
All right, there we go.
Well,
Tiger
fine
Bomb
then.
Tom's not here yet. He may be here later. If he is, you'll hear it. If he isn't, you won't. You're all smart. You'll figure it out. And then there's me. I'm pretty much the fairy equivalent of this podcast. And no, that isn't anything derogatory to whatever. It is, however, meant to mean that I'm the one constantly in your ear going, hey, listen, hey, listen, hey, listen, hey. Because I'm that annoying. And I don't care. That's just something you're going to have to live with. So, there are 2 burning questions on my mind. I'm going to leave it up to the 2 of you on when we get into those questions. So take it away, men. I leave myself out of that because I'm just a very loud child.
You man, he says.
I mean, that's not true. Hi, everybody. Yeah. So it's WrestleMania season. You know, I'm a big old sucker for WrestleMania season.
Take a minute.
So what happened?
Nothing.
Little biddies.
Stop telling,
well,
dude.
I heard it, so now I'm sad
Damn
about
it.
things that have happened. God, what was I saying?
You've done it.
Derailed.
You
What point
broke him.
ransom?
You broke him good.
God, oh.
Well, podcast is off. Bye, everybody.
Happy WrestleMania season.
Happy WrestleMania, big tits.
Oh God.
Here we are.
Dang it.
I feel like it's been a weird build.
Is that just
But-
because of the length?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the length has made this a very awkward time because for the longest time, I felt like they were building for like the first weekend in April. And then they were like, oh, fuck, we still have 3 more weeks of this. And then just fucking like turned on the Jets in the last week. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now you
Oh.
understand what's happened. So, you know, it's been a little bit of a slow burn. But I think that we're finally getting to a place where I feel comfortable saying that I think it'll be a pretty great show. I made mention of this with Ransom at one point that, like, nothing wows me about this card. I think that there's a lot of solid stuff, right? But, like, nothing jumps off the page of, like, oh, I can't wait to see X, Y, or Z.
Really?
And yeah, but I think that lends itself to lowered expectations, which then lends itself to over excitement, if that makes any sense. Like it makes it, when they overachieve, my mind is more blown because I didn't expect as much of it going into the match. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
And you know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but like there's a lot of stuff on this card that I look at and I go, okay, like there's a lot of solid stuff. But there's nothing that I look at and go, my God, this is going to be incredible. There's a lot of stuff that's really good. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like there's not a lot that's making me go, oh, I can't miss that.
Hoot?
I mean, my problem is just aside. I have a little bit of umbrage with the fact that WrestleMania is over Easter weekend. I get it. It just kind of like, it just personally kind of chaps my ass a little bit, because that week is, and this is absolutely nothing like you guys, despite the fact that I can't make it down as much as I want, to see your glorious, delicious faces. Take that however,
say dopey.
Take it however you want. I
say dopey.
No, I'm not gonna say dopey. You don't have a dopey face.
You were.
You got a big old sexy face. That's what you got.
Big. It's not getting any better here, Poot. You're walking it back. Isn't really going backwards. It's still going sideways.
No, you know, that's okay. It's always going sideways for me. It's my name of my documentary.
Jeez.
My problem with that is like, it's just because there's just so much going on. Like there's a lot of like irons in the fire during this time. And I'm just kind of like, all right, like what now? Like and then WrestleMania is coming up. I don't have access to SmackDown. So like for me personally, I'm kind of like, all right, like, I get like, I'm that part of it. I mean, it's WrestleMania. It always has like a special magic to it. I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to do my traditional come down and gorge myself on wrestling, delicious food, and delicious friendship, this year. However,
and beers.
The beers.
Beers. Ladies and gentlemen, that is in the business of what we call a callback. Go on, Poot.
We're getting dangerously close to a throwback at this point. Please. Like, I'm excited to see. I know this is going to sound stupid. One of the first things that pops into my head to make me go, hell yeah, is seeing Grande Americano. I'm so fucking, this is so great. It's so dumb. It's the dumbest shit in the world, but like, it's getting over because it's stupid. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love seeing Chad Gable give up his spot to such a legend as Grande Americano. It's wonderful. But
he's such a treasure.
I know. He's leaning into it, and I really, really love it. But that aside, I'm excited to see Punk in a main event of WrestleMania, not the main event of WrestleMania. That to me,
and you mean night one of a 4-night extravaganza?
Yeah, you can. You know,
words hurt when they come back to get you.
It's just like, it feels like such a placatey thing. I really like how they called back like the whole thing with Paul Heyman, like really digging into the emotion of it all. Paul Heyman, you want to talk about treasures. Paul Heyman, that man, he could sell ice to an Eskimo. He is just, I anytime Paul Heyman is selling anything, talking anything, I'm buying. I am in. I am sold. Shut up and take my money and emotions and time and favor. I just love it. So I'm excited that they're kind of working this angle. I still like John Cena, Cody Rhodes. Meh. I'm going to say a solid meh. That's a solid meh for me. it'll be great. They'll tell a great story because they are two good talents, generational talents. You're not gonna get better than that. I really hate. I was most excited to see with the amount of people getting behind Jey Uso. I was really excited for him and Gunther, but like, it breaks my heart to see the IWC being so freaking fickle on Jey Uso. I know we talked about that before, but like, it just like, it hurts my heart, man. Like, this feels like that classic, like, wanting to have your cake and eat it too. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it, and Beef, you can correct me if you want. But I mean, the magic this year, the way it normally is not there, but it's still a special time. I mean, Tiffy and Charlotte, just because they've been going off script and making this kind of real, I'm here for it. And I want to see like Tiffy just stiff the shit out of Charlotte Flair. It's just, I think that's part of the thing. I'm just not as hyped as I normally am because this year is a different case because of when it is. So that's what I have to say.
I think you said something there that really, kind of like, I want to pull the thread on a little bit, and that the magic isn't there. And I think that's kind of like the feeling I have too. And again, I'm not, it's WrestleMania. Of course I'm excited about it. I take a fucking half week off work for this every year. Like, of course I'm fucking excited about WrestleMania. I've loved the 2 nights. I hope it never goes away because I think that it's a perfect scenario. Mm-hmm. But like, it just feels like, my favorite wrestler of all time is in the main event. Like,
a main event
of night one of a 4-night extravaganza. Again, love when it boomerangs on people. But like, and like, I think that the card is super solid. It just needs a little bit more. I think that Jey Uso and Gunther has been a pressure cooker the last couple of weeks. The Jey Uso that came out on Monday, I think, was what we needed to see.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we have it. Cody and Cena, their last interaction, which was at this point 2 weeks ago, was outstanding. I understand that Cena has now been added for SmackDown next week, which is good to be on the go home. So I still think he should be on Raw this week as well, but he's not going to be. And I get it. Limited dates, whatever. But like, that was always my big fear with him being advertised for the European tour, was that they were going to wrap that shit up with him and Cody early, and then like kind of be done with it for 3 weeks. And it's like, guys, you have to keep. You can't just be like, okay, we're good now. The match will sell itself for 3 weeks. Like, no. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Like, Jey and Gunther have been doing what you should be doing, which is, building the anticipation, building the excitement. The Triple Threat, too, doing the same thing.
How gross and, like, just fantastic heel and face work whenever Gunther's just covered in blood, just, come on.
Yeah.
Like that. And then it cuts to him walking through the back hallway in a suit with the belt on, smiling like he's the nicest guy in the world. Like, ooh, that was good. That was real good.
They killed it on Monday with their presentation. Jey wearing the all black and being super serious. Gunther in like the neatest suit I've ever seen him in. I think that right now might have the most heat on the match going into it.
Sure.
The timing is absolutely conspicuous. Choosing a holiday weekend is odd. Choosing a holiday weekend in Vegas when there's not going to be any tourists is odd. Like, choosing a family holiday weekend in a town that is not family friendly to begin with. Just a lot of super weird choices were made this year. One of my work cohorts has said that it might be because of the European tour, that they were trying to give like the European tour some breadth between it and WrestleMania, which I think is probably the right answer, and is probably the best thing for business. But also, man, like I'm hoping when they announce WrestleMania next year that it's not in like late April. I like my WrestleManias in the first weekend of April.
Yeah.
I don't like them at the end of March either. I think the end of March is way too soon. I think the first weekend, maybe if we're pushing, the second weekend in April is like the time to do it. I do not like the Charlotte Flair stuff. I don't like it at all. Because she is pulling Tiffany into some dangerous waters. Because there's never going to be heat on Charlotte Flair. Because the man who runs the company worships at the altar of her father. So as long as Rick and Charlotte are on speaking terms, Triple H is going to give Charlotte all of the pushes in the world. So, regardless of who started what, if Tiffany falls into that trap of going off script and being, regarded as, I don't want to say a hothead, but like, shooting, I don't think that's going to do her any favors with, like, the management. Even if she comes off... And then, honestly, this past week, I thought she came off looking great. Charlotte Flair came off looking like a petulant child, getting, like, the last little remark off while the music was going off. Like, Charlotte came off looking like an ass. But regardless of how we, the people, see it... I don't think that Triple H is going to see it any other way than Nature Boy's daughter is going over. So I got a real problem with like how that's been presented from fucking day one. Other than that, I think all of the matches are finally starting to be built right. I would like to see a gimmick. You know what? I'll say it. I want to see a ladder match. I don't think there's anything that deserves Hell in a Cell this year. I want to see a ladder match. I'd love to see it in the Intercontinental title match. But like, I think that there's room for it around. I think that's the one thing I think that can push it over the top. I don't know if we're going to get it this year, but I would love to see a ladder match this year somewhere.
That'd be great, but I mean, with the way that they kind of went off the rails a little bit, I would like to see, and this would be kind of silly because I don't think either one of them would probably either be up for it or would want to do it, is the women's match having it be no disqualification or like a hardcore match. Let them.
Are you talking about the triple threat with Rhea, Bianca, Tiffany, and Charlotte?
Tiff and Charlotte. Let them beat the fuck out of each other.
Okay.
Let them do it. Absolutely let them do it.
That'd be interesting.
I would love to see that because it would be both of them kind of out of their element and having to just like gut it out and do the thing. Like, and see what they're actually done. Because I think if a match like that, if Charlotte does go over, I feel like if she really guts it out and like puts herself out there and like does the damn thing, people would not give her go away heat. They would like, it would give her a little bit of validation. You know what I mean?
Here's the danger inherent to shoot, is that whenever you get worked up into a shoot, when you have that match, it's going to inherently be stiffer. And again, you have an absolute burgeoning star in Tiffany Stratton, who I think will be part of the future moving forward. and you have Charlotte Flair, who can never do any wrong. So you laugh, man, but like Triple H's booking has given me no indication that whenever Charlotte's around, he's not going to pull the trigger on her. Or if she's like, hey, why aren't I involved in X, Y, or Z, he can be like, okay, let's go. So if it goes into a kind of a shooty match where they're starting to stiff each other, I think that's going to look worse on Tiffany than it is Charlotte, and thus is going to knock Tiffany back a little bit. And again, with talent like that, you can't hold her back, I don't think. But it's still gonna knock her down a peg or two, a la Triple H. The curtain call, whenever it kind of knocked him down a couple pegs and he had to build back up. So
then he was
worry.
He was such a failure after he built back up too. I really feel for the guy.
I didn't say that, and I understand that that's how. And when we got Austin 316, I understand all of that. What my point though is that, like, I think that it could, if it goes sideways, it's going to be worse for Tiffy than it is for Charlotte. And I really just hope she gets hurt. Charlotte, that is. I hope she gets hurt. I hate saying that. But man,
wow,
wrestling is so much better when Charlotte Flair's not around.
That's just,
no one can.
We've heard you wish ill on Charlotte Flair before, but like that was a little cold, man.
Dude, the last 2 years when she hurt her knee and she was gone for fucking ever, man, it was wonderful. And then she came back into the Rumble, and I'm like, oh, you're fine. And then she comes back into the Royal Rumble, and I'm like, oh, cool, great, neat. This is why I have not missed her.
You were so pissed when people were cheering for her. Oh my God.
I don't understand it. I don't fucking get it. But I just maybe I don't wish she gets hurt, but I just want her to go away. Like just leave. Go find an acting gig. Go like write a book. I don't care what you do. Just don't be a wrestler anymore because you're not very good at it. Ransom, you said you have some questions. I would love to hear some of them.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna comment a little bit on WrestleMania because you farmers,
yeah,
give me a breath to take out of my decrepit body. And it's odd to say, I think I'm a little bit more wound up for this WrestleMania than Beef. Like, I'm pretty excited for it. I don't think like everything stands out to me, but like there are some definite standouts that I'm like, man, I'm really looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be crazy. I think the Uso Gunther match, I think I'm going to be super entertained by that because like I'm so behind the like emotion on Jay Uso. Like I'm so behind it. I'm there. Like I feel good when good things happen to him, and I don't know why. But like I want him to win this title in the worst way, and I think I'm just going to be elated if it happens. So like that'll be, an awesome thing in that match. I think that the freaking Roman, Rollins, and Punk match is going to be ridiculous. Like I don't understand how Beef is not more goofed off for that match. Like I think it's going to be just amazing. Probably one of the best matches of the night. I'm worried it's going to get
fucky. I'm real worried it's going to get fucky.
Well, let me lead into that. That's one has to do with one of my questions for you too. I don't think I'm expecting anything like immaculate out of Cody Cena, but I think it'll be exactly what everybody thinks it's going to be. So, no complaints there.
Fair.
I'm still going to hold out hope that Tiffy has a chance to beat Charlotte. I don't anticipate it, but I'm going to hold out a tiny bit of hope. Like, I'm still going to pick Tiffy. It's probably going to be for one, but I'm still going to pick her because I got to keep the hope. Like, one of these times, Charlotte has to come back from an injury and not immediately be thrust into a title competition. Like, can we not with that? Like, just stop it. And also, boy, do I hate her. I wish I would have sent it to you guys. I scrolled past it, and then I couldn't find it again. I couldn't get back to it. Somebody had put together, like, a compilation of as close as, like, the hard camera shots of Charlotte Flair, like her giving a promo or, like, posing in the ring or whatever. And it's almost damn near like the same position of her, just over time. And they do it real slow, and then they do it like kind of fast to show the like progression of her face change. When they do it that fast, and you can see how it goes from A to whatever pretend letter of the alphabet she's on at this point, it makes your jaw drop. You're like, holy crap, that is a lot of nothing to do with the caliber of her wrestling. I just, I hate her.
If she put as much work into wrestling as she put into her face, she might be a superstar.
She'd be the best. So, look, I need to gauge your guys' opinion on this. You might have seen like a post about this somewhere. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know. I'm not Facebook anymore, so any of those groups, like, I don't see. I only use Instagram because it's just it's happier for me. The heck was that noise? Oh, for Pete's sake.
What?
Hades is attacking a bag on our porch. You get it, kid. Startled me for a second, but you do you. Go ahead. What are the odds that everyone is going to be keeping their eyes on Paul Heyman to say, does he choose Punk? Does he choose Roman? Does he choose Punk? Does he choose Roman? And Paul Heyman winds up double-crossing everybody and siding with Seth Rollins.
That's absolutely going to happen. I've had that happening for like the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, have you really?
Since, oh yeah. Ever since like the favor. Well, I mean, even going back before that, whenever he was like so happy for Punk to be in the main event and the crying and everything, like I was like, he's walking out with Seth Rollins, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me. And here's why. I don't think Rollins, honestly, if I'm being completely real, I don't think any of those three need him.
No.
Of the three that need, I would say that Roman needs him the most. And then probably maybe Punk, just because Punk's getting a little bit up there. But like, Rollins is just a charisma supernova. And like, he's had some great promos. He doesn't get the what chance. He doesn't, like, fans really kind of hang on his words.
When he's a heel, he does. Like, when he's like a real shitty heel, he does. Not in a bad way, though. Maybe. He shuts that shit down.
He's so smarmy and slimy. And like, I just don't think it needs to happen. But I think in terms of the story that they're telling, I think it does. Because, like, it, as much as it pains me to say it, doesn't make a lot of sense for Punk to go over those two.
Oof.
And Roman doesn't need to go over in that match. Fucking Roman Reigns has tagged with The Rock at WrestleMania and won. He's beaten The Undertaker at WrestleMania. He's beaten Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns could lose the rest of his matches at WrestleMania and still be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Bubba-doo indeed. So like,
whoops, sorry, I thought I was muted. I was talking to the cat.
Nope.
You sure were.
Nope,
Damn it.
I heard.
How you doing,
I definitely heard that. I definitely heard that. And I thought for sure that you thought you were muted, and then you started cooing at the cat, and I'm like, he absolutely thinks he's muted.
Yep. Damn it.
It's all good, buddy.
I'm so
God,
happy.
I'm just the worst. Can we please,
Happy,
please kick me off of this podcast? I am not contributing well.
happy early
shut
birthday to me. That was fantastic.
Yeah, you
God.
shut up, stupid ransom. Anyway, I like Punk doesn't need it. I would love it. Nothing would please me more, but he doesn't need it. And Roman absolutely does not need it. Seth, honestly, could use a moment.
Okay, can I stop? Can I ask a question?
Like
can I
the
interrupt
heist
here?
of the century?
Absolutely.
Come on! Like,
Okay, but like
he
that
said
was
needs a moment. He cashed in and beat Roman and Brock.
10 years ago.
Okay, but like then later on, he beat Brock one-on-one for the title.
6 years ago.
So what? How long ago has it been since Punk won a WrestleMania match? Bit longer.
Yeah, that's true.
And like the whole story of it is like, I don't necessarily think that we need to look at it as who needs it all the time. Like none of them need it. To be honest, none of them need it. Seth is a big enough star to where he doesn't need it. He's won the belt in 2 big WrestleMania moments. You know, Roman is Roman, Punk is Punk. Like they don't need it, but like I think if you're sucking people in emotion wise, to have that emotional moment between Heyman and Punk in the ring when he said you're going to main event WrestleMania, your dream's going to come true, to have Punk win then at WrestleMania, like I don't know, man. I just think like the crowd eats that up, and just. I mean, I think that propels Punk even more because he's got such an outpouring then on the Monday after WrestleMania where he comes out and can say, like, you know, I lived my dream. I main evented at WrestleMania. Not only did I main event it, I won. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too much of a sucker for like a feel-good story, but like that's how I see it. Like, damn.
Weird. It's weird that we're like. It's weird that we're on the opposite ends because of who it is, because of who we're talking about.
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, when you have a 2-night WrestleMania, you put the you put the all is lost moment on night 1 and not on night 2. Because for me, I think WrestleMania 39 came off a little flat because of that. Because they had Sami and Kevin go over night 1, which was incredible. And then Cody lost on night 2. Whereas last year, Roman and The Rock won on night 1. And everyone was like, grumble, grumble, grumble. And then night 2, Cody got the belt off of Roman, fucking finally. So, to me, that's the way to go. That I think. So, like, if I
hear you there. I do. That's the thing that shuts my point down is that you end on a low note on night 1. You send everybody home happy on night 2. Yeah, you're right. Dang it.
And maybe the low note is not Punk losing. Maybe Punk wins, but then Heyman turns on him. You know, that's always a possibility as well.
Okay.
I do want Punk to win because I want him to be able to say I wrestled in the main event and I won.
Yeah.
Because of the 3, he's the one that can't say that.
Yep.
Cody Rhodes can say that. John Cena can damn sure say that. You know,
When did
fucking
he
Batista
win?
can say that. Triple H can say that. Huh?
Nothing. I'm being an asshole. Go on.
You're an asshole. But like, there are so many like surefire Hall of Famers that can say, "I wrestled in the main event of WrestleMania and I won." I don't think Kurt Angle ever did either, which is weird to me. But like, so like, yeah, absolutely be a huge feather in the cap. I just don't know that that's something that's going to be. I don't know. I think they want to give this whole thing more legs, and I think you do that by inviting Rollins or Heyman to align with Rollins. Poot, what do you think?
I mean, I'd personally like.
Oh,
What?
you're
What's wrong?
you're getting a little wobbly, but I think you're good now.
Am I okay now? Okay. I
Yep,
actually.
yep, all good. Sorry.
All right. I actually realized that I was like, I thought I didn't have that many devices connected to my internet, but then I remembered my smart lights are considered a device, so I went, uh-oh. Yeah, I was like, roo. But
Roo. Damn it, Vince.
my thing is, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see Punk get his moment. I'd like to see, I'd like to see that happen. Just the vindication for his history. Have him get there. Heyman turning on him. The thing is, like, you sit there and you think about oh, he turned on Punk and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, okay, we have another oh, my best friend betrayed me. However, shall this happen? Like that kind of thing. But but it's Punk. But here's what I want you to think. Yes. Has that been done to death over the years? Sure. But it is Punk and Paul Heyman. It is Punk and Paul Heyman. Just think about that. Sure. You give them something like that, they are going to give you the moon and the stars. They're just going to give you the moon and the stars. Like it will be incredible. It will be amazing. It will be something truly special. So like, I would be okay with it. I would enjoy it, and I would like to see where it would go, especially with the ability for them to be a little more gutsy, a little more cutthroat, a little more, you know what I mean? Like they're able to
oh yeah,
for sure.
They're able to do that on WWE programming now. That is just a thing that's allowed to happen. So,
yep.
I mean, they can say and do a lot more things, and it would be compelling and interesting because it's the two of those absolute fucking smoke shows of creativity and storytelling. I don't know. I'm here for it. I would be cool with it. But I think I really do think that Seth could go because he's hot right now. People like him. People are always behind Seth Rollins, whether he's a heel, whether he's a face. People just like him. Like Beef said, he's a supernova of charisma. I think it would be fun, interesting, and compelling. That's the cool thing with everyone involved in this match and in this story is that it's a win-win-win-win-win. Like you can't. All of these guys now are top tier of their ilk and their generation. They are.
Yeah.
I can't, and we are at the point now where we're saying that about Roman Reigns. I know we've been saying it for a while and we've been singing his praises, but like he deserves it. It is a deserved thing. So, I mean, like we can't really lose here. They would have to purposely fuck this up. They would purposefully have to make stupid fucking decisions. Like, and this is something that would never happen, especially with the climate of everything going on.
Don't give my ideas.
No, having Brock Lesnar come out.
Oh,
Have Brock Lesnar come out after the match and whoever and just do whatever because he's also involved with Paul Heyman because Paul Heyman is the prettiest girl at the ball and we need to make sure that,
make sure he has a date.
yeah, make sure he has a date and make sure that people are fighting over him and he can sit there and go, boys, please, boys, my lord, my stars. So
My stars.
I just I think we can't lose here no matter what happens, but I think what I'd like to see is Punk get his moment, Punk do his thing, and Punk finally have that vindication in kayfabe and out of. But I really think that Rollins walks away with, the victory and walks out with his head held high. You know what I mean?
His head held hand.
His hand face head.
Head face head.
I
think you two are right. Like I got a bad feeling that it's gonna be. I want it to be Punk, but I think you both are right. It's probably gonna be Rollins.
The thing that I think would throw some water on it for me is if Reigns wins.
Oh yeah.
Which is it's not necessary.
No.
I appreciate his character, the OTC. I think that he's had some big moments on programming. I think that his character is shining. But I think we've had our fill of Roman winning big matches, at least for a little while.
For now.
And I know everyone's like, oh, but the last match, he lost. Well, I guess, War Games was the last match, but he lost last year. Yeah, okay, but that was one out of 200 or whatever. So and I'm fine if Punk eats the loss to Seth, because again, I think that gives them more fuel on this fire, and I think that those two can absolutely carry this more.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm fine with Punk beating Seth because, again, their story there, they're the guys that have been at each other's throat since Punk has come back. I'm fine with Roman not being involved in the decision because it keeps him strong.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to win, and I'm worried that somewhere someone is like, hey, you know what? Maybe we put Roman over. Hey, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe Roman spent the last fucking half a decade going over. Let's not.
Yeah, that is the outcome that I want the least, for sure.
Roman's at the point where he can eat all the pins.
Yeah. That's why I said that he could lose every WrestleMania match from here until, hitherto his career is over. He's still going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's still at this point a fucking legend. Because this is, I think, his 12th main event.
Wow!
Holy balls!
The math may need to be checked on that.
Is that the most?
It is by far. He just It may be 8. It might be 8, but still, that's a lot. I think him and Hogan had 7. Up to last year Sunday. I think last WrestleMania Sunday put him over, and of course this will just add another one to that tally. They've absolutely made it clear that he's the workhorse, that he's the dude of this generation. And I think with the tribal chief gimmick, I think that has proven and kind of given legitimacy to that. It's not it was a little bit like with Cena, where we were like, man, Cena sucks. Let's give make a heel turn and move on. Let's be done with this. Towards the end of the tribal chief reign, I think that we were all feeling that. I definitely had a little bit of catharsis when Cody won last year.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel again, I don't want to fucking harp on this because it is the deadest horse that we're digging past another horse to exhume this horse. But I feel
oh crap!
Oh, is that buckwheat? Is that buckwheat? Yeah, we buried him a while ago.
Oh god!
I feel Cody could and should have won at WrestleMania 39, and it all would have been fine. I think that everything would have been fine if that would have happened. Does that alter the path to where we are now? Probably a little bit, but like again, I think that it would have all been fine. All that being said, Roman doesn't need to win. I don't think he should be factored into the decision. Keep him strong by having him not lose, but don't have him win. And either way, I'm fine with it. Because again, I want Rollins and Punk to keep going. I want this to keep, to see where we end up. Because it was weird to me that they were, trying to have a fucking blow-off match on Raw in a regular-ass cage match. Especially no more than 24 hours after Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher fucking just killed cage matches. Like, they were like, you know what? Cage matches are never going to be the same again. And Raw was like, okay, watch this. And everybody fell asleep.
Hold my beer.
So, like, it was that was weird to me. That interaction. But other than that, like, let's see them go. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to throw out the vibe that I'm not excited. Like I said, it's WrestleMania. Of course I'm fucking excited. It just took it the slow burn has killed me a little bit this year. The way that they've handled the Raw Women's title has kind of killed me this year. And again, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop for something to get some sort of a stipulation. So that being said, I'm super excited for it for sure. Ransom, what was your other question?
An honest to God, like, percentage on whether or not you think Cena beats Cody and wins the title at Mania. Like, if you had to put the odds on it now, where would they stand?
Like your own personal odds, or your own personal odds, or like the actual odds?
If Poot the Bard was going to say, I think it's going to be 70 Cena, 30 Cody. Like, that would be Poot the Bard's odds.
I see. The safe answer obviously is to go 50-50. Like, but to be perfectly honest with you, man, from where I'm sitting and not nearly as knowledgeable as Beef and able to like break it down of the whys, hows, and whos, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm thinking it's somewhere in the neighborhood I'm thinking it's 70. I'm thinking it's like 75 Cena. Like, to me, that's, and again, you can now, right. This is going off of, fully admitting, this is going off the idea that I like to lean into that has worked so well for me in the past. Of the kind of like idea of it would be the most right now compelling thing for me. Like, for me, this would be incredibly compelling to have Cena go over and then have Cody chase it, because I will stand by this statement until on my dying day. Cody is most interesting when he's the underdog. Cody is most interesting and best when he is either a heel or when he is when he's chasing something and he's the underdog and he has to be the conquering hero. So,
you think he's run his course at this point as like the top baby face of the company?
No, I don't think so, but I think he needs to retain that. He needs to have a foil that has bested him. Like, he needs to have a mountain to climb. And in my opinion, right now, it doesn't feel like he has to beat Cena, because he's there. He has come out, and the way he has spoken on these promos, especially coming out and going, yeah, Cena, I've heard this. Here's how you can make fun of me. Here's what you can do. We've heard enough from you. Like the bravado. Like Cody has that
Right.
white meat baby face bravado where he's like, guys, I'm your guy. I'm the one. And he has a little bit of like ego going on. And Cena, you know, I know for as critical as anyone wants to be about the promos he's cut, Cena has been kind of the heel that makes good points, frankly.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of been the heel that makes good points, and I like a heel that makes good points. Like, and the thing is, when they win, they can sit there and they can "I told you so" all of us and their opponent into the fucking earth, and I love that. I love it whenever fucking heel that has been standing there saying "I told you so" for that long actually gets to go see "I told you so." Like, I love that.
Yeah.
And I want more of it. And I think if Cena goes over, it would be interesting. It would allow him the latitude of like, it would allow him the latitude to actually like give more of his manifesto. It would allow him the ability to like just kind of like, you know, spread his wings and like stretch his legs with this heel thing he has going on. That's my much less uninformed, or my more uninformed than someone like Beef's opinion. I think it would be good. So that's what I'm here for. And if I'm wrong and Cody wins and then Cena bests him at like something like SummerSlam, that's also fine. But I think it would be cool to have the conquering big moment on night one and then have Cena fucking win and just ruin everybody's end of their WrestleMania. I want that, because then people will watch to see what Cena's going to say, what he's going to do, how Cody's going to respond, you know, what The Rock's involvement in this is, how this is all going to work, you know, like that kind of thing. So that's where I'm at with all of this. Beef, I relinquish the floor to you.
That's a good noise.
He says. He goes,
I just had to check the odds, and they've shifted quite a bit from where they were just a few days ago. I
believe it.
Man, I was big on Cody winning this match. Okay, so like, let's say Cena wins, right? He said he's taking the title and going home.
Right.
Do you make him a liar? Like, what happens? Or do we have a CM Punk situation where they do another fucking tournament for it and he shows up with the title and be like, oh, nope, just kidding, I am the champ now.
Well, look, wouldn't it be ironic if Cena wins, takes the belt and leaves, they hold a tournament for it, and Punk wins the belt, and then Cena comes back and confronts Punk and says, like, no, I'm the real champ, and then Punk and Cena have another one out? Like, it's exactly what Punk did to Cena.
That would be very, very good. All right. Let me...
You're letting the actual odds influence your odds?
No. Yes. But let me there I ruin it for you.
Okay, oh, good. You
Beef
just
ruins everything. This. Beef ruins everything. I do.
Dang it.
So let's say Cena
Good thing
beats
Tom's
Cody.
not here. You would piss him off doing this.
Cena beats Cody, okay? He gets the mic and he's like, I told you I get the belt. I'm done. See you assholes later. Peace. Out comes The Rock. And he's like, my man, can't let you do that. And he puts his cousin Joe up against him in the real main event of WrestleMania 41. And Roman Reigns beats John Cena once again.
Oh my
Shut
God.
up. There's no way. Where are you getting this from?
Just pulling it from my ass, man. Because you got to figure, all right. Yeah,
Ass
Kramer.
man. Holy God.
Look, or Kramer, one of the two. You got to figure. Rock's a corporate guy, right? Like, he's the final boss. That's his gimmick. He can't let somebody just walk off with their title. And I understand that people would be like, why didn't he put himself in that match? Which is a possibility as well.
Oh my God.
Which is worse? The Rock beating John Cena in the actual main event of WrestleMania 41?
Oh no.
Roman Reigns beating John Cena in the actual main event of WrestleMania 41.
What are Cena and Rock? Are they 1-1?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh no, he's the final one. Here's the blow off all these years later.
He's the 1 and 2 and 1.
No.
You know, do I think that that's gonna happen? Probably not. Probably not. The murder burble.
Pooh just killed somebody. Oh no.
Because here's the
Emergency
thing.
meeting.
Here's the thing.
Oh.
Why and this has been the case from day one ish.
Yeah.
Why would you have a secret main event that you're not booking, especially when it would contain someone like Cena and Roman Reigns? Or Cena and The Rock? Like, why would you just give that up and be like, oh, by the way, here. If you still had Money in the Bank in play, that'd be a great time for it.
Mm.
So, like, I'm torn. Because Cena's like, if I win, I'm walking away. And I'm walking away the last true WWE champion. Which was a real cold line. I loved it. But, like, if he wins and doesn't walk away, then, he's just like every other bad guy, which I think kind of hurts that cachet a little bit that he's been going on. On the flip side, if he wins and walks away, then we absolutely could be in a situation where, ironically, it could be with him and Punk, where, and it could be in the same fucking situation, which would be really neat. I'll be honest with you. It could be really cool. You ask me the odds.
Yeah, circle back, please.
I'll say at this very moment, and to be honest with you, just so that everybody doesn't think that I'm trying to game the system here, I probably stopped paying attention to odds right around the end of this weekend. I think once it crests into WrestleMania week, I don't pay attention to any of that because I know that they're going to be up and down and up and down and all over the place. And that surprise favorite's going to come. So, like, I try to give myself a little bit of surprise. That being said, the odds do have Cena as the favorite currently at minus 200, Cody at about 150. So that's roughly about a 60-40 split, which is where I'd probably give it right now. I just don't know what you do with it then. So as of right now, I'll say Cena 60%, but I'm just not sure where they go with it. Because here's the other part of this. The Rock's going to be involved. It's WrestleMania. Of course, The Rock's going to be there.
He's maybe not light involved his name physically. On fire.
He might. He did that once before, and then he tried to light his logo on fire, and it went just about as well. Rock maybe just quit trying to light stuff on fire. But like he's the final boss. It's WrestleMania. Of course, he'll be there. I just don't know what factor he's going to play. And I think that that's the question that we all have to ask. I've seen some speculation from the mouth breathers on some Facebook groups that, like, whoever wins the triple threat match might be added to this. The triple threat match from night one might be added to this match, which I think would be dumb and would hurt both stories and both matches. I don't think there's a place for that. Unless they have a valid reason. I don't want to see that. I'd much rather see, and again, all things being equal, I'd much rather see Brock Lesnar come out and lay both of them out at the end of WrestleMania. Because maybe it's just me. I think that Brock Lesnar is a huge fucking star, and I think that him getting involved in this would be a great way to kind of keep this momentum going with heel Cena, but also keep Cody interesting. I don't think that's going to happen either. I think as long as this whole Janelle Grant stuff is out there and unresolved, I don't think that Lesnar's going to be even like hinted at being around on WWE.
Nope.
But like, yeah, I mean, so I'd say 60%. Ransom, what you need to answer your own question. What are your odds here? Thrilling stuff from Ransom. You're on mute. He might be pooping. He had jalapeno macaroni and cheese. Or
yes.
something.
I also
not have anything to do with it. I've been talking, but bloody muted in Discord. And I don't know how I got there.
I blame Poot.
Yep.
Anyway,
too.
Ransom, what are your odds? What are your odds on this one? Ransom?
Is he muted again?
Sorry, I'm saying good. No, I muted myself on purpose. I was saying goodnight to Micah.
Oh.
Good night, Micah.
Good night, Micah.
So, I'd say probably. Huh?
You tell that small child that his uncle say goodnight.
Yeah, I will do it. I say probably 70-30.
With Cena.
70-30 Cena.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, like, honestly, and maybe this is me being short-sighted or dumb. It could be either. I just don't see the value of having Cody Cena here at Mania, and Cody beats him, and then Cena beats him at SummerSlam. Well, like, isn't that less impactful? Because, like, he tried once, and less impactful for a heel. Like, he tried once, failed, tried again, won. Like, that's the face recipe. That's the recipe if you're a face. Like, if John Cena was like, this is my last time, this is my last year, this is my last WrestleMania, I'm a good guy, I'm going to try hard to get it, and he fails. Then SummerSlam comes around and he wins. All right. He did it. We're behind him now. Our guy, last time. But he's a heel. So to have him lose to Cody and then go over at SummerSlam, I don't really... That doesn't feel very, like, badass, top-notch heel to me. That seems like, oh, you flubbed it. Couldn't get it done the first time. Second time, okay, well, you got it done the second time. What a mean and nasty old scrod. So, like, I think if they're going to put the title on...
Scrod.
Yeah, man, like, I think if they're going to put the title on him, I would prefer it be here. Like, I don't want him to lose to Cody and then win again. Not as a heel. Like, that takes some of the air out of the balloon for me. So I'm thinking like 70-30 Cena wins here because I just think it's more impactful for his heel character at this point if he wins. But then again, like, if it's one of those things where, like, he loses as the heel, but then The Rock comes out and was like, you told me you could get it done, blah, 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 chastises them, and then, like, turns Cena face because of that. Okay. Now Cena's a face. The face is in the chase. The chase is for the make haste, get to the belt. Then fine. That makes sense. But like, if Cena continues with the heel, I just don't think it's good for him if he loses at Mania. I was also kind of like humorously, I almost said funnelist. I think I had a stroke.
You went full Trebek on that one. Never go full
you guys
Trebek.
Well, man, I gotta. I also kind of thought, wouldn't it be funny, like, if Cena wins and just doesn't say anything on the mic and like leaves, and then comes out on Monday and is like, "Oh, you dummies believed it. You're, just kind of like basically berates everybody for like buying into like, oh, I told you I was gonna leave, and oh, you bought it, nerds." But that is aside. I want him to come back with the spinner belt. Because I think as a heel, if he brings back that old school WWE spinner belt, I think that would piss a lot of people off, and that would just fuel that fire because people fucking hated that belt. I wonder if that would give him even more fuel to be like, "Oh, look, I brought back the belt you all hated so much. You hate me, you hate the belt. Well, we hate you too, nerds." That's it. End of speech.
Dungeon rings.
I would love the spinner belt to come back. I think that would be tremendous.
I don't see how he has one last run without it. Like,
right? No, absolutely. Hopefully they'll actually make it like unironically good this time, though. Like the U.S. title was fucking heat.
The U.S. title was awesome.
Yeah, the spinner WWE title was not.
It was too small. The part that spun was too small.
And it was way too gimmicked. There was
the
way
thing
too
about
many
the US title, like, it was huge. So, like, he spun that sumbitch and it spun.
Right. And there was way too many diamonds and fucking jewels and shit. Like, nah, man.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Bougie.
Like the Rock's belt, almost. Maybe The Rock will defend the People's Championship at WrestleMania 41. Who knows?
Oh, my gosh.
I would love to see Cena win, because I need Cena to win. And I think you raise a great point. Like, if not now, when? Because, as a heel, you don't get multiple chances. As a heel, it's like, well, you failed. What next? Mm-hmm. So I think he needs to win. And he has to win because somebody has to beat Ric Flair's record. Somebody has to beat Ric Flair's record because I don't want that guy to be the dude that has the most championships.
Yeah, but what's the over under because H is in charge and he's that favorable for Charlotte. I mean,
damn it! I was just we wanted to ask him the same question, exact same question, because like he said during Charlotte's pick, like Triple H worships at the altar of Flair, so blah blah blah. Like, do you really think though that he would let somebody beat Flair's record?
I don't think that this is a Triple H call though.
I think freaking content man.
He is, but I think that there are people above him on the board of directors, on the TKO board, that are
you talking about the Croc?
Yes, but also I'm talking about the actual board, like Nick Khan. Nick Khan's above Triple H. I think that there are some select decisions that they can absolutely overrule him on, and I think that this is absolutely one. Because here's the thing.
Do you think it takes that? Does it take them overruling, or do you think Triple H looks at it and goes, No, we need to give it to Cena. It's going to break Flair's record, but we got to give it to Cena. Like, what do you think happened here?
I think that probably both, honestly. I think that Triple H is probably on board despite the record.
All right.
But I think the board, and I know that it's a bunch of like rich fucking red hatters in that room, and that they could give a fuck about sexual assault and all that stuff. But I also think that they have a mind for the public eye. And, you got one dude who has all these allegations and stuff against him and a real fucking dicey past. Or the other guy who is clean as a whistle, movie star, fucking Make-A-Wish guru.
Yeah.
To me, it's a no-brainer. And again, even in that spectrum, if it's only good business to say this dude is the greatest of all time. This dude has held the WWE Championship more than anybody else. Has had more world championships than anybody else. Of course, Tony Khan will then just have Jon Moxley win the title like 18 more times, and then he'll be like, "Well, look, Jon Moxley's the greatest of all time, huh? Death Riders forever. Death Riders 2076.
Death Riders, Rick and Morty.
I'm out.
100 years, Death Riders.
100 years, Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley eating glass. Jon Moxley Szechuan sauce. 100 years, Jon Moxley.
100 years, Jon Moxley. I hate you too. Damn it.
Who and I were actually on the same level. I was going to get to that joke, but he beat me to it, and I'm fine with it.
Right there. This is a kangaroo. This is a kangaroo kick court, sir.
This is a kangaroo cunt. Is what it is. There it is. But in all honesty, getting back to it, I absolutely think that Cena deserves it, and if anybody in the wrestling zeitgeist, other than Steve Austin or Shawn Michaels, could get that, it's absolutely John Cena.
Yeah. Yep. Now look.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just kidding, but look, no. I'd say at this juncture, all kidding aside, what are the odds that Cena wins, breaks Flair's record, but somebody somewhere gives Ric Flair a title match?
Oh, like
Flair
NWA?
to tie it up.
Did you know? I didn't.
Oh boy!
Did you know that Ric Flair is still on the AEW payroll?
Yeah, he's still contracted.
Because I read an interview where they asked him if he was going to come.
Yep.
If he's going to come to Mania, and he said no, he can't.
Yeah, so he can't do Triple H's induction. I thought it was a for fucking certain thing.
They should have let him,
unless he's working us.
I can't believe.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? No, put the kibosh on him. They should let Sting come for Luger. Like if you're asking me Sting or Ric Flair, give me Sting every day, all day. Mm-hmm. It sounds like wires were crossed there, and again, shit changes all the time. Remember WrestleMania 31 weekend where they were trying to get Arnold in the back to film that vignette for Triple H's entrance, and it was 24 hours to fucking go, and they still hadn't done it, and everybody was getting real fucking nervous about it. I do. So shit changes on the fucking fly. Steve Borden could be on a plane, day of. But it sounds like they're pretty that according to Tony Khan, Sting hasn't reached out to him about that, and no one from WWE has either. So who knows where we are with it. No. Zero. I don't think anybody would give Ric Flair another shot at a world title.
Well, you don't think so?
The man's what, 10,000 years old at this point?
Well, beyond that, I think that everybody respects John Cena. Because again, if there's a better dude in wrestling or that ever has been in wrestling, we've never heard about him. And not only that, but he's paid his dues. I think that was the one big knock on him is that he kind of got to where he got to very quickly, and a lot of people didn't feel like he paid his dues. And I think that, over the course of the last, 30 years, he's paid his dues.
Oh, sure.
So I think he can do things, the right way now. And I think enough promoters out there are like, you know what? Like, this dude... And plus, like... Let's define the word world champion. Like, if you would run a fucking independent show out of a fucking armory, and you put a belt on Ric Flair, is he a world champion? All right, come on.
Yeah, it's the shut the fuck up moment.
Right, exactly.
Look. I take a bullet for you, Beef. But I still don't understand how you don't look at Tony Khan and go, oh yeah, he's wild enough. Like, if Flair could pitch him, if he could pitch, because Tony Khan has no allegiance to John Cena. They never worked together. There's no love there. Like, sure, he probably respects him as a wrestler, but that's about it. Like, other than that, he's nothing to Tony Khan. So, like, if Rick could pitch it to him, like, look, Tony, WWE will forever have this guy as their highest numbered champion, like, in all of wrestling. Or we could have my final match. Think of it, Tony. My last match at your company on a big pay-per-view. Think of how many people would pay to see that. Like, I had WWE superstars coming to my last, what they thought was going to be my last match. This is it. I do my last one here. Not to be anything fancy. You could put it in a triple threat. I could do a nice, sweet little roll-up. Bam. 17-time champion. Now we're tied. WWE doesn't have a one-up on you. And you can tout that Ric Flair had his last match at your company, at your pay-per-view belt. Like, I don't think that Flair is beyond pitching, and I don't think that Tony is lucid enough to look at that and go, absolutely not, terrible. So, is it really that out of
the scope?
The ballpark that could happen? Yeah, the scope. Thank you, Poot. Like, is it really outside of that to say, like, no, that could happen? Legit could happen.
But, like, on the other side, like, he's got a business to run, man. And, like, I would worry, if I were him, I would worry very, very much about the backlash. And, like, I understand that the Death Rider's getting a lot of backlash right now, and he's kind of standing pat. Because I think he has a long-term vision, and we'll see if it's worth the juice being worth the squeeze. But, that being said, I just wonder if, like, people would look at that and be like, oh, that's bad form, Jack. Like...
Well, yeah, good point.
Like, and just, like, completely disavow AEW.
Oh, people would absolutely
I think that there's enough
shit all over it. They would
absolutely.
Beyond
and to the point where I think it would hurt ratings, it would hurt buy rates. I think that would be a bad choice. So, like, in terms of that, I don't think that it would be a good decision for him, and I understand what you're saying. I think that he absolutely has a wild hair up his booking ass. But, like, I think that's even a little bit wild, even for him. While we have a minute, I'm just gonna do the numbers. I do the numbers. I'm going to give the standings, because I'm sure that everybody wants to know them. Pat's been banging down my fucking door about them. So here you go, Pat.
Shannon.
Here you go, Pat. You're in the lead. You have 151 points. So great work, Pat, on your 151 points. I am on your tail at 147. Tom has snuck in at 147 as well.
Oh,
So it is
look
very
out!
much it is very much still up there for anybody. Dave's at 146, so he's still within striking distance.
Jeez.
Ransom's at 143, so you're still right up there too.
Still falling.
No,
Who's watching TV loudly in the background?
That's Poots Alexa. I don't know if he needed to ask Alexa a question when he was in the bathroom or what the case was, but
It's okay.
Thanks, Hockey Puck. Anyway, Pat 151, Beef and Tom 147, Dave 146, Ransom 143, Amber 140. So if there's a silver lining to this cloud, at least she's kind of sort of out of it.
Good Lord.
Poot is at 127.
What happened? No!
He's just kind of been spiraling since the beginning, man.
Oh no! Poor Poots.
He was on top after one event, and he was like, "Yeah!" And then,
no!
There goes Hockey Puck again.
Well, we're talking to Alexa. We heard you talking to Alexa in the bathroom.
Yep. So you should.
You're still. He doesn't. Where is he?
Yep. You have to use your hands for this? That's like a baby's toy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Around. Fucking Poot doesn't walk around using light switches. He walks into a room. Alexa, bathroom light on.
Yeah,
Alexa, living room light on.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I do.
We could hear Alexa talking while you were in the bathroom, and I heard something going on, and I'm like, "Whose TV's loud?" And Beef's like, "Nah, that's Poot's Alexa talking in the background."
Oh hell yeah!
Beef was like, "Is Poot talking to Alexa in the bathroom?"
Oh no, yeah, hell yeah! I have my living room and my kitchen absolutely automated. Fuck everybody. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I got.
Jeez,
Alexa, living room lights rainbow.
You know.
Oh, wow.
So there goes. He's gonna start everything. You know what's not automated, Poot, is your 127 points. That's not gonna win you too many things. And then Scooby is at the very bottom at 101. Hey, he broke 100 this time, so he's progressing.
I told you, man. I'm not as plugged in. I'm not gonna win. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I'm the Brooklyn Brawler, and he is Barry Horowitz.
Jeez. Yes, Pat.
A lot of identities are being thrown around about right now.
You picked a perfect event, as did our very own Tiger Mom Tom.
Wow.
So it is
well done.
But we have NXT picks next week. Stand and deliver. We have 2 nights of WrestleMania. Shooter's gonna choke. The gold jacket's mine. Pat,
the gold jacket's mine.
You know what's gonna happen. Pat's gonna blow NXT because Pat doesn't know NXT. Beefy knows NXT. Beefy watches NXT every Tuesday. So I got this. And if I don't got this, I will admit. If I lose, I will give Pat all of the big ups and give him claim as the better man. But
really?
I don't think it's going to happen because I think that I'm pretty dialed in on NXT and WrestleMania. So I think it's going to take a monolithic challenge to beat me at those 3 events.
Do you think even if he botches NXT, he could still catch on Mania?
I do pretty well at WrestleMania picks. There are a few times I turn it on like WrestleMania. So I, again, like all maybe false bravado, but like the gauntlet is thrown. Like, this is my time to shine. So, Pat, if you get me, you are getting the MVP beef. You're not getting, beef coming back from an injury. You're getting the guy who, like, knows his shit this time of the year. But, and again, I don't want to make it, solipsistic. Tom's right there. Dave somehow is right there. He's the one that's scary because he's made some moves, and I'm not real happy with where he's at in the thing. So like, yeah, and like I said, even Ransom's got a puncher's chance here. Like, you're only four.
No.
You're only 4 points behind us, which is math behind Pat. 8 points behind Pat. So yeah, I mean,
Math
I think
behind Pat.
I think you too could pull out a victory, and I would love nothing more than to deliver the hubcap into your capable hands.
Oh yeah.
And usher in a new era of the Mad King.
A new 1 quarter only. Once in a lifetime too.
Twice in a lifetime, 3 times in a lifetime. Let's go! Cena versus Rock, WrestleMania 47.
Oh,
Cena
no.
versus Rock, season 100. Cena versus Rock, Szechuan sauce.
Curses. Oh,
I've got
I think I might
nothing
have
to
to-
lose on these next picks. Nothing but fucking bonkers picks. All bonkers.
So, like, that's the thing. Like, Poot could go absolutely ham, egg, and cheese and, like, pick some, like, wacky things and wind up just shooting upward. Like,
I won't win.
because at that point, you're not going to overthink yourself. You're going to be like, you know what? This seems like a wacky, fun pick. I'm going to pick that. And what if a pile of those wacky, fun picks, like, pan out and, like, he just shoots up the ladder? Like, come on.
It's possible.
It's
A victory.
anything.
The
it's not
victory
likely,
speech.
but it's possible.
Anything's possible. Except for Scooby winning. Scooby, I love you, buddy, but you're way too far out. So.
Oh, man, that poor guy.
Pardon me. So one last little piece about WrestleMania coming up, because again, we're not. I don't think we're having a show next week. I know Poot's out. I know I'm out. So unless it's the return of Renegade Radio, I think that we're going to be showless next week before the show.
Ransom's likely out as well.
So I'll just say that there's some, and I do this every year. I want to set the table. I think that there's going to be some real good stuff that's not WrestleMania weekend, or not WrestleMania on that weekend as well. Starting with NXT, I think NXT is going to be a fucking banger of a show. I think that they know, like, Shawn Michaels knows how to fucking book a card. Stand and Deliver has always delivered.
And stood.
What? Yeah. Interestingly enough, the WWE ID program is crowning inaugural champions. If you're not sure what that is, it's basically like WWE tagging, franchise tagging guys and gals on the independents who they're like, we have our eye on you, keep doing the right thing, and basically kind of like putting money in their pocket to say, when the time is right, join us. Don't go to AEW. And this is basically kind of like them putting their stamp on them. They are holding their initial tournaments for these champions next week. And I don't know if it's going to be the entire tournament is going to be there or what the case is. I'm very kind of out of loop on that. But GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, is kind of like handling it. Game Changer Wrestling, GCW, is the one who they're the company that does like a bunch of the shows there. Joey Janela's Spring Break, Clusterfuck, Forever, Dude, the
100 years
Clusterfuck Battle Royal
clusterfuck.
might be one of my favorites. The
Oh, yes,
Clusterfuck
welcome to America.
the Clusterfuck Battle Royal might be one of my favorite events on Mania weekend, just because
Stop it.
there's like 50
Dude,
or
it's so
60
good.
people. It's just fucking random. The announcers have no idea what's going on. Like, oh look, it's one of the bushwhackers here. Look, there's this midget. Oh, here's the fucking like the Japanese mannequin that beats everybody.
Here's
Oh,
the
like,
my Lord.
here's Simon from what culture? Like here's like it
right,
it's
like
just
you
like
never know. Fucking, it's so random. So like the Bloodsport is also under the GCW banner. They do a lot of those stuff. The WrestleMania weekend, and it's all kind of part of what's called the collective, and it's all available on Triller Plus. This is not a promo. I'm just telling you guys. Anyway, GCW is running the tournaments. That's on Thursday or Wednesday. There's some matches there, and then I think on Thursday as well. As I mentioned, Bloodsport next week looks to be a banger of a card. I think once again we're getting both AEW and WWE talent at Bloodsport, which is always great.
Oh.
Dragon's Gate. I've never been disappointed with the Dragon's Gate show. They're on Wednesday. Defy has a pretty decent card with El Phantasmo there, Clark Connors, Mance Warner. The Rock and Roll Express, who are somehow still around.
Oh my
Michael
gosh.
Oku, who's if you don't know who Michael Oku is, you should. He's great. There's some other stuff that's like happening there. The Hitchcock Memorial Show is always incredible. I think the main event this year is Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean with special
What the
enforcer Dan Severn.
All right, knock it off.
Also, I don't know what show this is happening on, but Minoru Suzuki is facing aforementioned Japanese mannequin who beats everybody, whose name is Yoshihiko. And I'm wondering if Minoru Suzuki is going to go with the bit, or if he's just going to fucking just shit all over it and just like rip the doll in two. I'm really hoping that it's the latter.
I would give anything for Minoru Suzuki to go out there and like have it just be a fuck off. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Like have him just like go out there,
also
throw it on the ground, put his foot on it, have it pin it, and just look at everyone and be like, fuck you.
That'd be that. Yeah. Yeah, fuck you and fuck this stupid doll.
Yep.
Like, you're all dumb and I hate you all.
Yep.
Also at the Hitchcock
Jeez.
show, Mickey James and Maki Ito, I think will be a fun match. Ninja Mac versus Mascara Dorada will be great. So yeah, I mean, again, Hitchcock show is always always one to miss. That's Thursday, I want to say. Yeah, it's Thursday night. Bloodsport is Thursday, of course. There's a lot more here than what was here, so I wasn't. The TNA's next weekend, Unbreakable. So yeah, bottom line is Joey Janela Spring Break. Sabu's last match is against Joey Janela. So like there's a lot.
Really?
A lot of good stuff. Oh, Bloodsport. I'll mention this. Pete Dunne versus Timothy Thatcher is on fucking Bloodsport. Karrion Kross versus J.R. Kratos. ZSJ
Wait,
versus
Karrion Kross?
Yeah.
Really?
Zack Sabre Jr. versus Jonathan Gresham. Yeah, so like, yeah, it's, Bloodsport's gonna be real fucking good too. So bottom line is, if you're into wrestling and you have some time, do yourself a favor. Check out Triller. Again, a lot of the stuff's on Triller Plus. You can, I think, get Triller Plus for $9.99 a month, and it's all included. You can watch it live. You can watch it after it's happened. The Hitchcock is not. The Hitchcock's on High Spots TV, which is its own thing. But like, yeah, I mean, Triller Plus is gonna be a lot of good stuff. That's my pitch. Go watch wrestling. Go enjoy wrestling. Enjoy WrestleMania. I think it's going to be a banger.
And if you sign up for Triller Plus, don't forget you can get a 15% discount if you use the letters OTB. That stands for Original Tribal Beef. So make sure you put that code in, and you can get 15% off. OTB, hashtag, put it in.
Don't write us. It's not a thing. He's lying.
$15%.
$15, little man.
100 years.
Get that
Original
shit.
tribal beef.
All right, we've talked. It's time. Poot, you know what you have to do.
We're done.